This long night will fade away.
Well, hello everybody. I have a dream that I want to share with you. It's a beautiful little dream. This one happens to go on my top 5 of the weirdest dreams that I've ever had. And it was such a profound moment that I felt so deeply about documenting. I got the real camera out. It was just a wonderful little dream. It is going to warm your heart and your wrists. I had this dream this morning, probably about 6 a.m. This is November 22nd, 2020. And it's been a year of strange things happening, to say the least, for all of us. In this dream, I'm walking down this country road, and I got this agenda that I'm set on doing. I think I have a camera with me, and I think I'm going to get this shot that I've thought about in my head for a long time, and I'm going to get it. I think it's like there's an airport or something next to me, and I'm trying to get a picture of something. I don't know what it is, but I mean business. I'm wanting to get the shot, and nothing's going to stop me. Or is it? So I think I got my friends with me. I think my brother's there, and they're all helping me. They're like, everybody kind of has their little job that they're doing. Like somebody has got a walkie-talkie, and they're letting me know when something is this and that, what have you, to get the shot. And I'm walking, and I feel something on my wrist. Right here on my wrist. And it's sore. My wrist is sore, and I don't know what the heck is going on. And I turn my wrist over, and I look. And there's this big mushroom fungi dripping, like oozing, rotting mushroom thing right here on my wrist. It's about this big. About as big as a bullfrog, a full-grown bullfrog. Maybe a teenage bullfrog. And this big thing is green, and it's got these weird, like, kind of veins. It kind of looks like an organ, like a spleen or something. It had this like flesh, a fleshy look, organ-like look, but it also looked like a mushroom. You know, you walk into the woods and you see like this. You look down and you see a nasty mushroom. It's slimy. Maybe it's just dripping. Like, that's what was on my wrist. And it was sore. Like, my wrist was sore. To the touch, it was tender. You know, like it was an infection or something. It was very disturbing, but in the dream, I wasn't that upset. You know, when you have a dream, you have these things that you know about, but no one ever told you, but you assume they're true, and you know they're true. It was true to me that this thing had been here for a few days, and it was more of a nuisance, and I was embarrassed. I wasn't worried about my own health. I was more so worried about, what are my friends going to think of me? I got this disgusting mushroom growing on my wrist. So I remember trying to pull my sleeves over this mushroom, this fungi growing on my wrist. It didn't work. I was getting frustrated, and I'm kind of like dropping my camera, and my lenses are kind of falling because I'm like, oh, I got to cover this stupid thing up. I hate this mushroom. Why is there a mushroom growing on my wrist? But I wasn't really asking questions like that. Now I ask questions because I woke up and everything in the dream is absurd and asinine and ludicrous, and it just doesn't make any sense. But within the dream, it was like, this is a normal part of life to have a mushroom growing out of your wrist. This is normal. This is 2020. So we carried on. I tried to make the best of the situation, but this thing was sore. It was hurting my wrist. So I kind of start, as the day goes on, I'm trying to get the shots that I'm there for. I'm subconsciously, between shots, between pictures that I was taking at this airport, I was kind of picking at this mushroom a little bit. Not picking at the surface, but kind of sticking my finger underneath the mushroom to kind of break the skin, you know, break the seal. It was like just stuck on my hand, and I had this idea that maybe I could free it from my wrist. So I'm kind of pushing at it, and then, whoa, I feel like I could get a finger underneath this thing. And what do you have it? I was able to pop that thing right off my wrist, and I felt like a whole bunch of pressure was lifted off of my wrist because this mushroom, this fungus fell. It just fell off my wrist and landed on the ground. And at that moment, I looked at my wrist. I felt so much better. I felt better. I felt good. because I got rid of this stupid thing, whatever it was, you know? And I looked at my wrist, and there were these two little holes with red surrounding those holes, like a needle hole, you know what I mean? And the reason I have this pen is because I'm doing my best to draw on my wrist right now where those two little holes were. And this is the part that gives me a little shiver down my spine, because as I look at my wrist and I look at these two holes that I just drew, this is where those two little holes were left behind after that fungus fell off my wrist. It was at that moment that I knew that those were the two little holes that mushroom was using to suck nutrients out of my body. Whew, it's kind of a spooky little dream. And it was at that moment that I woke up and everything was better. And that's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do in life, you know, when you got a big old mushroom that's sucking your blood, you know, draining of your joy. And there are a lot of things in life that take on the form of that disgusting, dripping, stinking, slimy mushroom that's on your wrist. Maybe you got one on your back, on your neck. You just gotta pry at it a little bit with your fingers, you know? Sometimes you need some friends to help, you know? Hand you the screwdriver or chisel, get a little, you know, get it underneath there. Pry it off. The mushroom's gonna fall to the ground and you're gonna feel better. Sometimes you can't do it on your own. I was able to do it on my own, but maybe it was not on my own because I was with my friends in that dream. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
Two perfect strangers in disguise, but after them, forget I'm crazy.